They brought it over to the WNBA, just like we brought it to the NBA. We changed the NBA, they changed the WNBA.
Yeah.
Two names are dominating conversations in women's basketball right now: Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Their rivalry is one of the most exciting in the history of the sport.
And women's college basketball, I want to give them two love, but let's also give Don Staley and South Carolina some love too, because they made it grow as well.
Yes.
Welcome back to the channel. If you're a fan of women's basketball, you've probably heard of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Whether it's the NCAA Championship game, their ongoing rivalry in the WNBA, or their impact off the court, these two players are reshaping the game. The 2023 NCAA Championship game between Iowa and LSU wasn't just any title game. It was a clash of personalities, talents, and legacies.
So we have that moment with these two, but the one thing I know about sports, you need rivalry. That's what makes people watch.
Caitlin Clark, the fiery point guard for Iowa, had been lighting up the tournament with her deep three-pointers and fearless style of play. Her performance had already made her a household name, with many already seeing her as one of the most exciting players in women's basketball. But when it came down to the championship, Angel Reese, the 6'3" forward for LSU, wasn't backing down. Reese's performance in the game was electrifying. She dominated the glass, was a defensive force, and contributed offensively in a big way, all while carrying LSU to a 102-85 victory over Iowa. But what truly made the game unforgettable was the moment when Reese, after securing the win, started taunting Clark with her own signature gesture, the "you can't see me" move. It was a powerful statement, not just for the championship, but also as a challenge to Clark's dominance and persona. The post-game exchange sparked intense debates across social media and sports networks. Fans, players, and analysts weighed in, with some praising Reese for her boldness and others criticizing her for disrespecting Clark. Clark, a competitor through and through, responded with class, noting that the rivalry was just part of the game. Still, the fiery exchange cemented a tension that would carry on long after the final buzzer. The media attention surrounding the game, combined with the controversy, took this rivalry to the next level. Both players became larger-than-life figures, not just for their talent, but for the personality and drama they brought to the court. For Clark, it was about proving that she wasn't just the best player in the NCAA tournament, she was a trailblazer for women's basketball, a player who would lead Iowa and eventually the WNBA. For Reese, it was about showing that LSU and her own game had arrived, and she wasn't afraid to challenge the dominant narrative around Clark. As they both entered the WNBA in 2024, the rivalry was already entrenched. Clark, drafted by the Indiana Fever, quickly became a sensation in the league, with her scoring ability and leadership taking the team to new heights. Reese, drafted by the Washington Mystics, was no less impactful. As both players continue to shine, their rivalry, though rooted in that intense NCAA final, has evolved into a storyline that has captivated fans, fueled media coverage, and added an extra layer of excitement to the WNBA. This rivalry is more than just a tale of two players. It's about a new era of women's basketball where fierce competition, personality, and drama drive the narrative. And as both Clark and Reese continue to write their stories in the WNBA, the echoes of that 2023 NCAA Championship game will remain, setting the stage for years of thrilling basketball. The aftermath of that 2023 NCAA Championship game wasn't just a typical post-game reflection, it became the fuel for a media wildfire. Fans were divided almost immediately, and the trash talk, taunting, and rivalry sparked heated discussions across all corners of social media. What was meant to be a singular moment of triumph for LSU quickly turned into an ongoing narrative about respect, competition, and the unwritten rules of sportsmanship. Caitlin Clark, with her sharp shooting, confidence, and incredible performance throughout the tournament, had long been a fan favorite. But Angel Reese's fiery personality and her willingness to show up Clark in the most public of ways, on the grandest stage in college basketball, made her a polarizing figure. People couldn't stop talking about the moment, and the rivalry was born. The media frenzy didn't just stop with opinions on social media. Major sports networks, analysts, and even former players weighed in, drawing comparisons between the two. Was Reese's taunt disrespectful, or was it a testament to her fierce competitive spirit? Was Clark, who had always been the face of women's college basketball, being unjustly challenged? What became clear, however, was that this wasn't just about one game. It was about two young, talented players who had captured the spotlight in a way no one could ignore. Fast forward to today, and both players have not only weathered the storm, but thrived in the WNBA. Caitlin Clark. With her trademark deep shots and unmatched ability to control the tempo of the game, has become a cornerstone for the Indiana Fever. Her game, a mix of precision and flair, has electrified fans and elevated the Fever to new heights. The WNBA, already gaining more attention, found a new superstar in Clark, someone who could not only score but also lead a team into contention. Angel Reese, for her part, has continued her rise with the Washington Mystics, proving that her dominant play in college wasn't a fluke. She's shown her strength as both a scorer and a rebounder, while also using her physicality and presence to dominate opponents. But it's not just her on-court performance that's capturing attention. It's her unapologetic, in-your-face attitude that keeps the rivalry with Clark burning bright. As the seasons progress, the tension between these two players only grows. Their games are increasingly compared, and the media constantly pushes the storyline of their rivalry, knowing that it adds an extra layer of drama to every matchup. Fans of both sides tune in with a sense of anticipation, waiting to see how the dynamic unfolds, whether they'll exchange another moment of taunting or let their basketball speak for itself. This rivalry is more than a competitive one. It's a cultural shift in women's basketball, one where personality, media presence, and performance on the court go hand in hand. The WNBA is growing, and these two stars are at the forefront of that change, driving conversation and excitement for the future of the league. As they continue to face off on the court, there's no telling how far their rivalry will go, but one thing's for sure, it's only going to get bigger. So, what does the future hold for Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese? Their rivalry is bound to evolve, but both players have their eyes set on one goal: building their teams into championship contenders. As they continue to develop, it's not hard to imagine these two superstars facing off in the WNBA Finals one day. The stakes will be higher, the drama even more intense, and the spotlight brighter than ever. Caitlin Clark, known for her explosive three-point shooting and fiery competitive spirit, has become a symbol of the changing dynamics of the WNBA. She's not just a player, she's a media sensation, with a massive following on social media, endorsement deals, and a genuine influence on the next generation of athletes. Her presence has brought a new level of visibility to the WNBA, expanding its audience beyond the hardcore basketball fan base. On the other hand, Angel Reese, with her undeniable talent and fierce confidence, embodies a new wave of players who aren't afraid to express themselves. Her trash-talking, unapologetic demeanor and style of play have earned her a fan base that's equally passionate. Reese brings an element of drama and intrigue that fuels the rivalry, captivating viewers with every step she takes. Her story is one of perseverance and growth, and the way she handles pressure is just as much a part of her appeal as her on-court dominance. Together, they represent the future of the WNBA, a league where athleticism, personality, and media savvy are all part of the package. Their rivalry, which started on the collegiate stage and has only grown since Reese entered the league, is a driving force behind the increased attention the WNBA is receiving. Every game they play against each other sparks intense media coverage, fueled by both their remarkable abilities and the underlying tension that has developed between them. As their rivalry continues to evolve, it's clear that the stakes will only get higher. Both Clark and Reese have set their sights on more than just personal success. They're working to build their teams into championship contenders. The impact of their rivalry on the league is undeniable, as it injects a level of energy and passion that drives fans to tune in. The question isn't just about who will win the next matchup between these two stars, but how this rivalry will shape the future of women's basketball. One thing's for sure, Their rivalry is fueling the fire that's making women's basketball more exciting than ever. Whether it's pushing the boundaries of competition, inspiring millions of fans, or motivating each other to reach new heights, Clark and Reese are unquestionably changing the game. They're not just athletes, they're pioneers, and their rivalry is ushering in a new era of women's sports, where fierce competition and larger-than-life personalities rule the court. What do you think? Will Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese continue to define women's basketball for years to come? Or is there another player ready to take the spotlight? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear from you. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe for more WNBA content. Catch you in the next video.